Hey everybody, thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel. We are out here on the range today, and as you guys know, we've been working with Shoot Steel for a long time on our targets that we use out here. One of the reasons we do that is they have this 2x4 setup here where the stand and the target are separate, so that if you have to hump it up a hill or something like that, and we have very hilly terrain here, we can do that. This is their new close range rifle target. And this thing is an improvement off of the old one, which we have an example of right over here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this thing over so you guys can take a look at this real quick. You can basically see that this had a plate that was connected to the 2x4 that then angled the plate to a point where the frag from the round would deflect down. This dissipated the energy so that it wouldn't tear up the target quite as much. That's the old design. We're not gonna talk about this guy anymore. What we got here is the Gen 2 close range rifle target. And we take a look at this thing has a swinging feature to further dissipate energy, and you can see that all the way at the back, it's a much steeper angle. The other thing about this target versus that target is this is made out of AR-550. We're running approximately the same stand down here that you can see, wide base stand to help distribute that weight a little bit more, because it does have a little bit more of a forward lean here. The front of the stand is a little bit longer and the base is a little bit wider. This thing also, as you can see, has no welds on the target itself. The actual target steel, the plate of the target, has no welds in it. These are 4 bolts right here. They go through, and what happens when you weld on a target, you untemper the steel. And what that'll do is you'll start to get pitting right around any welds that you have, as well as some warping of the steel and overall degradation of the target. These things are designed after several years of use from guys like us, as well as the other reviewers in the YouTube community have been using their close range rifle targets. We've all suggested a few upgrades, and they listen. These things are pretty badass. I think they're gonna last a lot longer. We've shot the crap out of that target over there, and it's still running strong. But what we're gonna go ahead and do right now is show these targets in action. We've got a couple nice guns over there, and we're gonna go ahead and get some shooting on these things so you can see how they sound. Coming up right now on the VSO Gun Channel. So right over my shoulders, we have 4 close range rifle targets from shootsteel.com, the Generation 2 variants. As the name dictates, these things are designed to take rifle fire at close range. Just about anything under 3,000 feet per second, we're gonna be fine. However, just for the heck of it, we're gonna go ahead and shoot a pistol at it so that we can see what it sounds like against pistol. That was one of the biggest problems that we had with the close range rifle targets Gen 1, was they made no noise with pistols. So here we go. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is I'm gonna go ahead and put some pistol rounds on this, what we're gonna call pygmy target here. That guy's like 7 feet tall over there, and that one's probably like normal human size, but you can change all of that by cutting your 2x4 to length. And if you shoot the crap out of the top of one of the 2x4s, you hack it off and you get a shorter target. The other thing that's neat about these is because the frag, when you hit the target, is going to spray because of the angle of the target, they also have an upright protector that's also made out of hardened steel to protect the wood, so it lasts longer. Here we go. 9mm M11. I'm going to go ahead and do a reload and show you this protector on the upright here, if I can hit it. All right, let's go ahead and approach. So what we have here, 9mm. Obviously this thing can easily take 9mm. It was barely rocking the target when we were shooting it, but as you can see, barely scuffs the paint on this thing. Remember, AR-550 here, and then we also have this hardened steel plate down here that protects the upright. Basically all you do is drill 2 holes. Run the bolts through, tighten them up, and then you've got a frag protector for your upright. Remember, when those bullets hit, they're going to hit and spray downwards. There are specific instructions about how far to go ahead and put them on the upright, and those are included with the targets. let's go ahead and move on to something a little bit more powerful. All right, Doc, we have another target out there, and now we have a 12 gauge here. What do you got there?
It's a Beretta 1200 Police Riot.
Cool. What are you shooting, double-aught?
Double-aught.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and test that upright protector that we talked about earlier. Let's go look. So what we did with this one when we assembled it is we purposefully offset the steel protector down so that when this thing recoiled back, it would not protect the upright here. And as you can see, that lead, as it came in, basically just shredded and it went right down into your 2x4. So ideally what you would want to do is go ahead and move these upright protectors just a little bit past where that target is going to hit the upright, and that'll protect it. So right here you can see that it's basically chewing that away, and this will eventually, you know, this is a junk 2x4 that we just kind of threw it on real quick. You can see that it would eventually tear that away, but a properly assembled one will protect your upright, and that's why it's important. That was just a couple shells from 12 gauge double-aught. An afternoon of shooting and that would be completely gone. Let's move on to something else.
Okay, we're still running our tests on these Gen 2 shootsteel.com close range rifle targets. Now we're going to try this AK, this C39 V2 that we've acquired through Century Arms, and see how it'll do.
Let's go inspect. So what we have here is 10 rounds of 7.62x39 out of that C39 V2, and what we've got here is, just like expected, nothing. We've got a little bit of chip in the paint here where they wrote shootsteel.com on it. Other than that, nothing. As expected, 25 yards. Now, 25 yards is inside of the manufacturer recommended range for the target. That range is set for a variety of reasons, but one of the major reasons is target life. These targets will last a lot longer if you shoot them within the recommended range than if you're shooting them as close as we are right now. Again, this is not recommended by the manufacturer, but we're testing these things out for the very first time they've been out here. We're gonna see what they can take. And right now, we're gonna upgrade to the big guns. Okay, so far we've done 9mm to see how it sounds. We did 12 gauge, double-aught to see how much a target will be torn up if we don't have it assembled properly. We did 7.62x39 just to test its baseline capabilities inside of its recommended range by the manufacturer. And now, inside of its range again, we're gonna go ahead and use this Mosin Nagant M9130. We're gonna be shooting the Wolf ammunition today. This stuff's a little bit hotter than traditional, but it is just light ball. Again, 25 yards. This is not recommended by the manufacturer. We'll see how that little target over there does. All right, 25 yards down here with this target right here. Remember, this thing's really rated for 308 is what the literature says. It also says somewhere around 3,000 feet per second, so this is really pushing the limits. It's a very heavy round, and it's a very powerful round. So, but if we look at this thing, even though we shot it inside of the range requirements by the manufacturer, this thing is not damaged at all. So this thing can take some serious abuse. Now, I'm not saying that you should do this every single day, but it can take it every once in a while. Of course, this is extreme testing. We're doing this for the very first time they're out here just to proof the targets. Now we're gonna go ahead and beat the heck out of them with some 5.56 and have a good time. So everybody, thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel. We've been out here testing the close range rifle targets generation 2 from shootsteel.com. You guys are going to see a lot of these out here on the range since we use rifles at close range a lot. And we really like to shoot our steel because it gives us instant feedback. So to close this video out right, I'm going to go ahead and run 20 rounds through this AR-15 here on one of those targets. Like I said, close it out right. We're using the Freedom Munitions 55 grain new manufactured stuff. We're going to go ahead and charge this thing up. And I wanted to let you guys know also, while I had it on, that if you guys wanted VSO apparel, you can go check those things out. Links in the description for both the targets and where to get VSO apparel. And our apparel also supports a local disabled veteran-owned business. So, that said, thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel. Let's make some noise. Woo! All right, go ahead and get that camera up. You running? All right, boys and girls, this is what we wanted to see. We wanted to find a point at which we could peen the target, and it looks like it's about 15 yards with 5.56. Remember, way inside the manufactured recommended distance rating, as well as faster projectiles than what we would typically want to shoot at this target at that range. We can have some mild pitting here, a little bit of chipping in here on those 5.56 rounds, but that said, not all 20 of them did that, that's for sure. So I think that's a testament to the AR-550 that these things are made out of. Again, thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel. We'll see you on the next video.